Summary of Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Introduction, the quest for a meaningful life. Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, introduces readers to the Japanese concept of Ikigai, a term that loosely translates to the reason you get up in the morning or the joy of living. Authors Hector Garcia and Francisque Miralles, both fascinated by Japanese culture, set out to uncover the secrets behind the extraordinary longevity and vitality of Okinawans, particularly those in the village of Ogimi, known as the Village of Longevity. Okinawa, one of Japan's blue zones, regions with unusually high life expectancy, serves as the primary setting for the book's exploration. The authors explain that Ikigai lies at the intersection of four elements. What you love, passion. What you are good at, skills. What the world needs, contribution. What you can be paid for, economic viability. This convergence creates a sense of purpose that fuels a fulfilling and meaningful life. Unlike Western ideals of success, which often emphasize wealth, status, or productivity, Ikigai prioritizes joy, balance, and alignment with one's values. The book draws on interviews with Okinawan centenarians, scientific research, and philosophical insights to illustrate how Ikigai can be cultivated and applied universally. The introduction establishes the book's purpose: to guide readers in discovering their own Ikigai and adopting lifestyle practices that promote longevity and happiness. The author's journey to Ogimi, where they interviewed elderly residents who embody Ikigai, provides a human-centered narrative that grounds the book's teachings in real-life examples. The introduction also outlines the interdisciplinary approach, blending psychology, neuroscience, Eastern philosophies, like Zen Buddhism and Shintoism, and practical exercises to make Ikigai accessible to a global audience. Chapter 1. The Art of Aging Gracefully. The first chapter focuses on the concept of aging with vitality, a hallmark of Okinawan culture. The authors argue that longevity is not merely about extending lifespan but about maintaining physical, mental, and emotional well-being. In Ogimi, centenarians remain active, engaged, and purposeful, defying Western stereotypes of old age as a time of decline. This active aging is driven by a sense of Ikigai, which motivates individuals to stay involved in their communities and pursue meaningful activities. The chapter highlights the role of a positive mindset in aging. Okinawans view old age as a phase of wisdom and contribution, not loss. The authors cite research showing that optimism and purpose correlate with lower rates of chronic diseases, such as heart disease and dementia, and longer lifespans. For example, studies from the Okinawa Centenarian Study revealed that a strong sense of purpose reduces stress and inflammation, key factors in aging. Practical advice includes adopting small, sustainable habits to stay active, such as walking, gardening, or practicing gentle exercises like Tai Chi or yoga. The authors emphasize lifelong learning as a way to keep the mind sharp, whether through reading, crafting, or teaching others. They also encourage readers to reframe aging as an opportunity for growth, drawing inspiration from Okinawans who continue to contribute to their communities well into their 90s and beyond. The chapter sets the stage for the book's broader exploration of Ikigai by illustrating how purpose drives health and happiness. It challenges readers to rethink retirement, advocating for a life of continuous engagement rather than withdrawal. Chapter 2. The Okinawan Lifestyle. Chapter 2 delves into the daily habits and cultural practices that underpin Okinawan longevity, offering a detailed look at their diet, social structures, and routines. The authors explain that Okinawans follow a plant-based, nutrient-dense diet that includes vegetables, like sweet potatoes and bitter melon, tofu, seaweed, and small amounts of fish. They practice hara hachi-bu, the habit of eating until 80% full, which prevents overeating and supports digestive health. This dietary moderation is linked to lower rates of obesity and chronic illnesses. Social connections are a cornerstone of Okinawan well-being. The authors introduce the concept of moe, lifelong groups of friends who provide emotional, financial, and practical support. These tight-knit communities foster a sense of belonging and reduce stress, which is associated with better health outcomes. The chapter includes stories of Ogimi residents who rely on their moe for companionship and resilience, such as during financial hardships or personal losses. The Okinawan approach to work and leisure also contributes to Ikigai. Unlike high-pressure corporate cultures, Okinawans prioritize balance. Many centenarians continue working in low-stress roles, such as farming, fishing, or crafting, which align with their passions and skills. Leisure activities, like playing the sanshin, a traditional Okinawan stringed instrument, or participating in community dances, enhance their sense of joy and connection. The chapter emphasizes the holistic nature of the Okinawan lifestyle, where diet, social bonds, and purposeful work intertwine to create a foundation for longevity. The authors encourage readers to adopt similar practices, such as eating mindfully, nurturing friendships, and finding joy in simple tasks. Chapter 13: Discovering Your Ikigai. Chapter 3 serves as a practical guide to finding one's Ikigai, offering tools and exercises to help readers identify their purpose. The authors revisit the Ikigai Venn diagram, which maps the overlap of 4 questions. What do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? What can I be paid for? Finding Ikigai requires introspection and experimentation, as the answers to these questions may evolve over time. The authors acknowledge the challenges of this process in a fast-paced, productivity-driven world, where individuals often prioritize external validation over inner fulfillment. They encourage readers to start small, exploring hobbies, volunteering, or side projects to uncover passions and strengths. The chapter includes several exercises to facilitate self-discovery. One exercise involves journaling about activities that make you lose track of time, a sign of being in a state of flow, which is closely tied to Ikigai. Another asks readers to reflect on childhood interests or moments of pride to identify core values and skills. Visualization techniques, such as imagining an ideal day, help clarify long-term goals. The authors share stories of Okinawans whose Ikigai ranges from teaching traditional crafts to tending community gardens. These examples illustrate that Ikigai is not about grandeur but about finding joy in everyday contributions. For instance, a centenarian who finds purpose in sharing her weaving expertise with younger generations demonstrates how Ikigai can be both personal and communal. This chapter is a call to action, urging readers to embark on a journey of self-discovery. It emphasizes patience and persistence, noting that Ikigai is a lifelong pursuit rather than a fixed destination. Chapter 4: The Power of Flow. Building on the concept of flow introduced by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, Chapter 4 explores how this state of complete immersion in an activity is integral to Ikigai. Flow occurs when you are so absorbed in a task that you lose track of time, and the activity feels both effortless and rewarding. The authors argue that regularly experiencing flow is essential for a fulfilling life, as it aligns with doing what you love and are skilled at. In Ogimi, flow is evident in the daily routines of centenarians. Whether they are gardening, cooking, or playing music, they engage in tasks that challenge them just enough to stay engaged without causing stress. The authors explain that flow requires a balance between skill and difficulty. Tasks that are too easy lead to boredom, while those that are too hard cause frustration. To cultivate flow, the authors suggest identifying activities that naturally captivate you and creating an environment conducive to focus. Practical tips include minimizing distractions, e.g., turning off notifications, setting clear goals, and breaking tasks into manageable steps. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of intrinsic motivation, doing something for its own sake rather than for external rewards. Examples from Okinawa highlight the diversity of flow-inducing activities. A fisherman finds flow in the rhythm of casting nets, while a calligrapher experiences it in the precision of brushstrokes. These stories underscore that flow is accessible to everyone, regardless of profession or resources. The chapter encourages readers to integrate flow into their lives by prioritizing activities that spark joy and engagement. It also connects flow to Ikigai, noting that the activities that induce flow often align with one's purpose. Chapter 5: Resilience and Antifragility. Resilience is a key theme in Ikigai, and Chapter 5 explores how Okinawans navigate adversity with strength and adaptability. The authors introduce the concept of antifragility, coined by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, which describes systems or individuals that grow stronger in response to stress or chaos. Okinawans, having endured historical challenges like World War II and economic hardship, exemplify antifragility through their ability to find meaning in difficulties. The chapter discusses cultural practices that foster resilience, such as wabi-sabi, the Japanese philosophy of embracing imperfection. By accepting life's flaws, Okinawans avoid unnecessary stress and focus on what they can control. The authors also highlight the role of community, noting that moe groups provide emotional and practical support during crises, such as illness or loss. Scientific research supports the link between resilience and health. Studies show that individuals with strong social networks and a sense of purpose recover more quickly from setbacks and experience lower levels of stress-related illnesses. The authors cite gratitude as another resilience-building practice, with evidence that it reduces anxiety and improves mental health. Practical advice includes reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, practicing gratitude, e.g., keeping a gratitude journal, and seeking support from loved ones. The chapter also encourages readers to adopt a long-term perspective, recognizing that setbacks are temporary and can lead to personal transformation. The stories of Okinawan centenarians, who have overcome poverty, war, and personal loss, serve as powerful examples of resilience. Their ability to find joy and purpose despite hardship inspires readers to cultivate antifragility in their own lives. Chapter 6: The Philosophical Roots of Ikigai. Chapter 6 explores the cultural and philosophical foundations of Ikigai, drawing from Zen Buddhism, Shintoism, and other Japanese traditions. The authors explain that Zen Buddhism emphasizes mindfulness and living in the present, which supports the focus required for flow and Ikigai. Shintoism, with its reverence for nature and community, fosters a sense of interconnectedness that underpins Okinawan social structures. The chapter also introduces Morita therapy, a Japanese psychological approach developed by Shoma Morita. Unlike Western therapies that focus on changing emotions, Morita therapy encourages accepting feelings, e.g., anxiety or sadness, and taking action aligned with one's purpose. This aligns with Ikigai's emphasis on persistence and meaning, even in the face of discomfort. Stoicism, though not Japanese, is discussed as a complementary philosophy. Its focus on controlling one's reactions and finding contentment within resonates with Ikigai's call to embrace life's ups and downs. The authors note that these philosophies share a common thread, the belief that happiness comes from aligning with one's values and contributing to the greater good. Practical exercises include mindfulness practices, such as Zaidian, seated meditation, to cultivate clarity and calm. The authors also suggest spending time in nature to reconnect with Shinto principles and reflect on one's place in the world. These practices help readers deepen their understanding of Ikigai and integrate its principles into daily life. Chapter 7: Diet and Exercise for a Long Life. Chapter 7 returns to the Okinawan lifestyle, focusing on the role of diet and exercise in supporting Ikigai and longevity. The authors provide a detailed overview of the Okinawan diet, which is low in calories but rich in antioxidants and nutrients. Key foods include sweet potatoes, leafy greens, tofu, seaweed, and green tea. The practice of hara hachi-bu is revisited, with tips for mindful eating, such as eating slowly, using smaller plates, and saving each bite. Exercise in Okinawa is integrated into daily life rather than confined to structured workouts. Centenarians walk to visit friends, garden, or participate in Radio Teso, a group calisthenics routine broadcast on the radio. These low-impact activities improve mobility, cardiovascular health, and mental well-being without straining the body. The authors cite research on the benefits of moderate exercise, including reduced risk of dementia, improved mood, and enhanced immune function. They encourage readers to find enjoyable forms of movement, as enjoyment increases consistency, a critical factor in long-term health. The chapter emphasizes the synergy between diet, exercise, and Ikigai. By nourishing the body and staying active, individuals create the physical foundation needed to pursue their purpose. The authors also highlight the importance of balance, warning against extreme diets or exercise regimens that can lead to burnout. Chapter 8: The 10 Rules of Ikigai. The final chapter distills the book's teachings into 10 actionable rules for living with Ikigai. These rules serve as a practical summary and a guide for readers to apply the principles in their own lives. Stay active, don't retire. Continue engaging in meaningful work or hobbies, even in later years. Take it slow. Avoid rushing to reduce stress and savor the present moment. Don't fill your stomach. Practice hara hachi-bu to promote health and longevity. Surround yourself with good friends. Build a supportive community, like a moe, for emotional resilience. Get in shape for your next birthday. Prioritize gentle, consistent exercise to maintain vitality. Smile. Cultivate a positive attitude to enhance connections and well-being. Reconnect with nature. Spend time outdoors to boost mood and perspective. Give thanks. Practice gratitude to foster contentment and reduce stress. Live in the moment. Embrace mindfulness to stay present and engaged. Follow your Ikigai. Pursue your purpose with passion and persistence. Each rule is illustrated with examples from Okinawan centenarians, reinforcing their practicality and universal applicability. The authors emphasize that these rules are flexible, encouraging readers to adapt them to their unique circumstances. Conclusion: Living with Ikigai. The book concludes with a heartfelt reflection on the author's time in Ogimi and a call to action for readers to embrace Ikigai. Garcia and Mirals acknowledge that finding and living one's Ikigai is a lifelong journey, but the rewards, happiness, health, and fulfillment are profound. They emphasize the simplicity of the Okinawan lifestyle, where joy is found in community, purpose, and small daily rituals. The conclusion leaves readers with a sense of empowerment, encouraging them to take the first step toward discovering their Ikigai. Whether through journaling, trying a new hobby, or nurturing relationships, the authors stress that every action counts. The book's final message is one of hope. By aligning with your purpose, you can create a life that is not only long but deeply meaningful. Key themes and takeaways. Ikigai weaves together several recurring themes that resonate throughout the book. Purpose as a driver of longevity. A clear sense of Ikigai motivates individuals to stay active, engaged, and resilient, contributing to both physical and mental health. Balance and simplicity. Okinawans prioritize moderation in diet, work, and lifestyle, avoiding the stress of overachievement or materialism. Community and connection. Strong social bonds, exemplified by Moe, provide emotional support and a sense of belonging, which are critical for well-being. Mindfulness and presence. Practices like meditation, wabi-sabi, and morita therapy help individuals focus on the present and accept life's imperfections. Holistic well-being. Ikigai encompasses physical health, diet, exercise, mental clarity, flow, resilience, and emotional fulfillment, gratitude, relationships. The book's strength lies in its ability to blend cultural storytelling, scientific evidence, and practical advice. The stories of Okinawan centenarians humanize the concept of Ikigai, making it relatable and inspiring. The inclusion of exercises, such as journaling, mindfulness practices, and flow cultivation, ensures that readers can actively apply the teachings. Broader significance and impact. Ikigai has resonated with a global audience due to its universal appeal. In a world where many feel disconnected, overworked, or unfulfilled, the book offers a refreshing perspective on what constitutes a meaningful life. Its emphasis on purpose over productivity challenges Western cultural norms and aligns with growing interest in mindfulness, minimalism, and well-being. The book also contributes to the broader discourse on blue zones, highlighting the cultural and lifestyle factors that promote longevity. By focusing on Okinawa, the authors provide a case study that complements research on other blue zones, such as Sardinia and Costa Rica. The Okinawan practices of hara hachi bu, moe, and active aging offer actionable lessons for individuals and communities seeking to improve health outcomes. Critically, Ikigai avoids oversimplification. While it presents a compelling vision of purpose-driven living, it acknowledges the challenges of finding Ikigai in a complex, fast-paced world. The author's interdisciplinary approach, drawing from psychology, philosophy, and anthropology, adds depth and credibility to their arguments. Practical applications for readers. For readers seeking to apply Ikigai's teachings, the book offers a wealth of practical tools. Self-reflection exercises to identify passions, skills, and values. Mindfulness practices to cultivate presence and reduce stress. Lifestyle changes, such as mindful eating, moderate exercise, and community building. Resilience strategies, including gratitude and reframing setbacks. Flow cultivation through engaging, meaningful activities. The 10 rules of Ikigai provide a concise framework for integrating these practices into daily life. Readers can start small, such as by practicing hara hachi bu at one meal or spending 10 minutes a day on a passion project, and gradually build a lifestyle aligned with their Ikigai. Conclusion. Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, is a profound yet accessible guide to finding purpose and living well. Through the lens of Okinawan culture, Hector Garcia and Francisc Miralles illuminate the principles of Ikigai, purpose, balance, community, and mindfulness, and show how they contribute to longevity and happiness. The book's blend of storytelling, research, and practical advice makes it a valuable resource for anyone seeking a more meaningful life. By exploring the lives of Okinawan centenarians, the authors offer a compelling vision of what it means to age gracefully, stay resilient, and find joy in the everyday. The concept of Ikigai transcends cultural boundaries, inviting readers to reflect on their own purpose and take action to align their lives with it. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, deepen your relationships, or discover your calling, Ikigai provides a roadmap to a life that is not only long but richly fulfilling.